Hey YouTube, this is the Robinhood investor. Hope you had a great day of trading. As always, I really appreciate the support, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to learn more about investing, subscribe to this channel. Today I'm going to talk about two companies that reported earnings today, Amazon and Mastercard. Earnings reports are important to follow because they provide insight on historical performance, typically on the previous quarter, and future guidance, which includes information a company provides as an indication or estimate of its future earnings. First, I'm going to go over the performance of these two stocks and then talk about each of the earnings reports, starting with Amazon, ticker symbol AMZN. So as you can see, for today, it spiked initially after hours, but then it dipped. Past week, down 2.18%. Past month, up 11.52%. 3 months, down 2.66%. Past year, up 12.59%. And past 5 years, up 318.44%. Next is Mastercard, ticker symbol MA. So Mastercard had a good intraday gain, up 3.48% today. Past week, up 4.42%. Past month, up 13.61%. Past 3 months, up 6.14%. Past year, up 26.04%. And past 5 years, up 167.42%. Now I'm going to look into the earnings, starting with Amazon. So Amazon beat by 39 cents and also beat on revenue. So as you can see, Q4 GAAP earnings per share of $6.04, which beat by 39 cents, and revenue of $72.4 billion, which is up 19.8% year over year and beat by $520 million. So Amazon reports holiday beats, AWS up 46%. It beat EPS and revenue estimates with 20% year over year revenue growth. And it had a mixed record with beating revenue estimates for its holiday quarter, and sales were also underwhelming in Q3. Now, in terms of Q1 guidance, had a revenue of $50 billion to $60 billion, and operating income at $2.3 to $3.3 billion. In terms of revenue by region, North America had $44.1 billion, international had $20.8 billion, AWS had $7.4 billion, up 46% year over year. And revenue by product line, online stores had $39.8 billion, physical stores had $4.4 billion, and third-party seller services, $13.4 billion, subscription services, $4 billion, and other category, $3.4 billion. So that's up 95% year over year. Operating income came in at $3.8 billion. Operating expenses were $68.6 billion, up $10 billion from last year's quarter. So right now, Amazon is in a very high growth state. That's why they have very high expenses. So as I showed earlier on the Robinhood intraday chart, initially it spiked after hours, but a little bit after during the earnings call, it dipped, and let me see. So it declined during the conference call due to softer revenue guidance. So they're saying there's going to be slower performance in the future just because of the economic slowdown. And the slowdown was mostly due to higher Amazon fulfilled units and greater use of Amazon logistics. So in other words, higher shipping costs. So I think they're trying to have their in-house logistics rather than outsource this. I mean, in the short term, it's going to be more expensive, but I think in the long run, once they develop this infrastructure, then it'll lower the costs in the long run. And the CFO didn't really have much to say about India. He says, we're still evaluating the situation in India. We feel very good about the long-term prospects and doing a good job for Indian customers and Indian sellers. On physical stores, 3% revenue decrease, primarily Whole Foods, but it includes bookstores, Amazon Go, and 4-star. So any of their highly rated Amazon products, they sell at the 4-star store. Next, I'm going to talk about Mastercard, ticker symbol MA. So Mastercard beat by 3 cents, revenue in line. Q4 non-GAAP earnings per share of $1.55, beat by 3 cents. GAAP earnings per share of 87 cents, misses by 63 cents. So revenue of $3.8 billion, up 15.2% year over year in line. And as I mentioned, Mastercard up 4% on strong fourth quarter earnings reports. GDV increases by 14%. GDV meaning their gross dollar volume. So pre-market traded up because of earnings per share beat and revenue beat. Net revenue of $3.8 billion, up 15% year over year. Operating margin 52.3% versus 51% a year ago. So that's pretty good as their margins increase. Q4 gross dollar volume $1.55 trillion, increases 14% from $1.42 trillion a year ago. So that's a very impressive increase. And transactions of 20.1 billion increases 13% year over year, and cards rose 5% to 2.52 billion. So overall, Mastercard very good, solid growth year over year, and it's very impressive. So that's all for this video. Which stocks are you looking at, and which earnings reports are you following? Comment down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to learn more about investing, subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video.